Alright, what's up everybody? How y'all are doing? I hope y'all are doing great. I hope y'all are doing fine. Alright, we're back on stream. So let me see what's going on. That way we can start. We can have a good week. Let me see if everything's good. Alright, the stream is running smooth. Alright, that's good. Yep. Yeah, we can start. Alright. What is that? Let me move this, bro. Alright. That was like last week's PA. Let's just clean the chart. Alright, so what do we got right there? Oh, from the get-go, we see like a really fat ass SMG. Just from that high. ES, haven't traded into that one. Like ES is kind of near that high, while YM is the weakest. NQ is the strongest. What do we always say? NQ, ES, YM. Either strongest, mid, weakest, or weakest, mid, strongest. So yeah, most of the times like NQ and YM kind of just switch places, like from the lead in to the lag in. So what do we got right here? A gap. Price probably might disrespect that gap, but again, we're not gonna anticipate that. We're just gonna wait and see. So the daily open is right here. Friday closed like a really ideal swing formation. Why? Because we get that C2. Guys, let me go. No, 1 sec. Let me go Logitech G Hub. Gotta fix some stuff on my mouse. I think no, still need. No. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright, we can go ahead and start now. Alright. I had some issues with the DPI for some reason. Alright, so what do we got? A C2 right there. With what? Ideal swing formation. Why? Because that C2 really formed a swing and also confirmed the opposing candle. It's like from the get-go, from that day, you could be anticipating that this high is gonna get taken out. ES is that mid asset, so if we see NQ failing to manipulate, we can anticipate that ES will catch up to that high. But if we're seeing reversal signs, I would probably want to trade YM. Why? Because look at that run on YM. It's not that deep compared to NQ. If NQ wants to flip bearish, like I have to trade all the way back here, and that candle wouldn't support expansion. But on YM, if we get that candle bearish, flip the bearish, look at that wick. It's not really that big, so that would be good. Alright, so that's the get-go. We still got an open draw right here. YM, we'll still get that same open draw open. Alright, so where we might expect assets to resync, either ES taking that high or YM taking that high. If price wants to resync, that's the area to do so. Let me remove that 6 hour because I don't use it. It's just there. That way you guys will not get confused. On a 4 hour, we're getting a beautiful C2. So what do we got? This is the daily open. Daily open. Do you have any SMTs or any PSPs? Let me just go to my indicator real quick. And we don't have any SMTs nor PSPs. Yeah, we're just seeing that low getting protected on all assets right here. Also on YM right there, we're seeing that low is getting protected. So what am I really going to be interested into? Either NQ showing failure to manipulate, and I will be trading ES into the high, or if we see a deep pullback, then I'm going to be trading into the high. Hi bro, looking for sales? No, the NQ has taken out your objective. No, you should not be looking at it that way. You should not be looking at it that way. Just because a high gets taken out doesn't mean we will be looking for shorts. This might be a failure to manipulate, and we might see a swing formation form, and we might trade into the high. So looking for, yeah, reversal conforms right here, but not because this high gets taken out. We need to see a change in state of delivery right here, especially 30-minute wise. That would be perfect because now we're trading that New York reversal profile, and we can trade it back into the current day's low. So if TMR reversal also on continuation. So like overall, you don't want to expect sells just because the irrelevant high gets taken out. Like look at ES. It's still haven't traded into that high. Same for YM. The high is right here. What's up, real inner chase? What's up? What's up? So yeah, you should not anticipate sells just because the high gets taken out. We might still see a failure to manipulate, and the high will be the next open objective that we ES and YM can catch up to the high. So let's wait and see how that 4-hour candle closes, and then we'll see how the lower time frame sets up. Not lower time frame, mid time frame, hourly and 30-minute, and then we can frame something. But for the time being, I'm just a non-observer. I either want to frame reversals off of that candle's high, or I want to frame longs if price trades back into the cheap spot of that candle, forms a swing, and I would trade into the open objective, while ES and YM, as I said, trade into these open objectives, and then we can frame reversals wide, because this is the trigger, and the trigger has already been hit right here. But the next trigger on NQ would be the high. So yeah, that's really what I'm looking at for NSCs right here. So yeah, this is a beautiful C2. Now we're gonna go to CL and its stride. So let me just, what I'm gonna do is just put it down. All right. So let me just take that off. All right. Let me clean this. All right. So we put RB right here. Gonna put RB right there, and here we have HO. All right. So what we're seeing? Oh, I'm loving how RB is setting up. I'm loving how RB is setting up. Why? We get that changing state right here, and just above it, we get that new invalidation level, which is that gap, and we're seeing that price is respecting it, and most likely it's about to close the C2, and we got these failure swings right here to target, and also the current day's high, the current daily high. So there's a lot to be done right there. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Or should I raise the volume a little bit? I think now it's gonna be better, right? Let me check. Let me add a little bit more. Let me add a bit more. Anyways, we're back. So what do we have right there? We got the SSMT right here. So on that case, we'll be trading from internal to external, and on that way, we'll be trading from internal probably to external. So yeah, the oil trade is forming perfectly. What do we got right here? This is bearish. This one hopefully will flip bearish. That way we can have a PSP. We've seen HO haven't really traded below that low. So what do we got? We got a 2-stage PSP. So yeah, that would be good. So also this triad is showing some really good signs. Oh my god, a gold also is forming perfectly. Also gold is forming perfectly. Why? Wait, let me, I think now it's better. All right. Why? We're closing above that gap. We got the C2, C3, and we can trade the C4 up into that high. That's like all the triads are trading perfectly, like really clean. But looking on silver, we're seeing that price is respecting that gap. Probably we might have some sort of SMT right there, I think. Let me see. Not really. We only have a PSP right here from silver, but we need to wait for the closure. But yeah, like all the assets are forming perfectly. Here, I would want to see retracement, trade back into the range, or I might just trade ES from the failure to manipulate the high to trade into the next relevant swing. That way, if price wants to trade lower, this is the area to resync. And we still got the open draw on YM, which is beautiful. The oil trade is looking beautiful. Yeah, we got the C2 closure forming the low of day from an SMT. There's nothing really that would hold price. Maybe this high would cause price to retrace a little bit and continue. But overall, it's looking beautiful. It's looking really beautiful. This is a PSP. I think, yeah, that's a PSP. So yeah, that's perfect. Not only that, not only this SMT, we also got this SMT from these. So that would be 2-stage PSP. All right. So let's see how everything sets up. This to 6 a.m. I think 6 a.m. candle was really beautiful. At least to trade it into the high. Let me see what happened in there. Let me see what happened in there. Let me see. Yeah, that was a beautiful long. Like you could have gone a really easy long right here. Kind of anticipating that this would be low to the 6 a.m. candle and then trading it to the upside. Let me see at a 3 minute. Do we have any SMGs or anything like that? Not really. So we're gonna have to wait for that high to get broken, which is a bit off because the high is a bit far away. All right, what do we have? We got an SMG right here that confirms that this can be the level that can trigger the reversal. Probably that would be the trade. Trade it into the high that we just marked out. Let me see if that would be the trade or that would be a nail. Oh, price literally just formed an equal lows. So like if you put it one tick below, yeah, that level kind of got sweat. Yeah, not gonna lie, it got sweat. So probably could have had to re-enter right there. It stops just below that low. TP is the same. So you could have made your money back right there. But yeah, that was a good trade. Or you could have gone right here. It stops just below there. And also now you could anticipate this is the failure to manipulate and for that low to get protected. Yeah. Because we just traded above your relevant swing and still we're seeing opposing candles holding, like bearish opposing candles holding, so that's a failure to manipulate. So let's see the hourly. Oh wow, this might be the trigger for reversal. This might be the trigger for reversal. Ideally, what I really want to see, kind of YM, that new 10 a.m. candle just opens up, takes out the high, takes out the relevant swing, closes back into the range, like an hourly swing, and I can trade back into the 6 a.m. low / the daily open. Yeah, that's looking beautiful. I'm not really trying to anticipate anything right there. I'm just gonna wait and see what's gonna happen. Let me just turn that off. Like, just make it a little bit. Yeah, give it 2 candles right there. Alright. Just put this one right here. Let's look at our hourly, see what's going on. Also see if we have any SMGs. So we got the SMG right there. From the high. Now this being a swing, it's kind of also that swing, but we got SMG right here. Interesting. Let me see, 30 minutes, 30-minute forming. What do we got? A C2, really expanding higher. This could have been a trade. Like, this could have been a trade. Let me see if there was a trade right there or not. Not really. Just kind of ripped through the highs. Maybe I'll trade M15 fractal model today for present. That would also be good. Like, we got the C2. If you can get a retracement. But do you want to trade the 4-hour M15 as an entry or M15 as the swing formation and trade the M1? How do you want to go about it? If you want to trade the M15, ideally you want your swing formation to be formed somewhere in here because we got the failure to manipulate. That would be the failure to manipulate. And that would be the next invalidation level. And you don't want to see swing formation right here, and you want to just trade into the high. That would be a trade. If you want to trade the M15 M1, you can just catch a swing, M15 swing, and trade into the highs. But like ideally, just stick to the M15, to the M30 and hourly for swing formations, and M3 and M5 for entries. That would be better. That would be better. M1, all right. I see. Just be cautious. Just be a little bit cautious. Alright. Like, that could have been a good trade also. Just at the start of that 4-hour candle, get that open low. Trade back to lows, I think. If we have some SMT. If I have an SMT right here, that would be a good trade. Let me see. No, we don't have. Yeah, just kind of that first hour, I would say, like that first hour of the 4-hour candle. Just kind of open low first, kind of get the CIC. Next CIC, probably I want to enter right here, stop below that low, go for that open draw. That'll also be a good trade, but it's a bit risky because we're trading in C2. So yeah, let me just trading oil today. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be trading oil today. This one also good. I got that 4-hour closer above that gap. Which is that next new validation level. Ideally, you want to price trade back into the high. 2 a.m. closes C2 forming the low of day. Not really the low day. The low day is 1800. Let me see if we have any SMTs right there. Any SMT. That would be also beautiful if we have one. Oh, let me take that out. Do we have SMT? Nope. Nope. We don't have. Only have 8 PSP right there. Anyways. So yeah. That's the C2. That's the C3. So ideally, I want to see that T-spot. I want to see a swing formation. I want to trade into these two relevant swings. Not really relevant swings. They're kind of minor swings because this is like a 30-minute swing. This is a 30-minute swing. So let me see if that's a 30-minute swing actually or not. Yeah, kind of. So ideally, I want to see like a swing form right here. I don't really want to see like a deep retracement. Due to the fact that price is just expanding, and I want to just trade the expansion. And I want the price to pause by the time kind of trade into a high, and then like to kind of enter a new phase of price delivery. I don't want a new phase of price delivery to be here. So what do we got? This is a relevant swing. If we get a C2 closure, if this closes C2, I'm gonna be trading into that open objective. All right. Looking at an hourly, or if this doesn't close C2, I want to wait for the manipulation that low, and I will just trade the C2. But I need my trade to be formed within like the first 15 to 20 minutes of the hourly candle. All right. PSP. There's no strength switch right there. The weaker is closing bearish, the stronger is closing stronger, and the mid is closing mid. So really, there's no strength switch right there. We gotta be careful with HO. Once it kind of trades into the high, we gotta be a bit cautious, because if we see an SMT right here, well price. So this is the weaker, this is the stronger asset. If it's strength switch, if it starts putting in lower highs, and this one is higher highs, so we're seeing a strength switch, so that might just cause price to trade a little bit lower. So yeah, we gotta be cautious with the high. RB, I think RB looks the cleanest. Why? Due to the fact that we got failure swings, and also there are no gaps on that leg compared to that one. Like there's that gap, that price respected. So on RB, there's nothing really that would hold the price down. So we did get that change in state. Not really. I haven't got one. I haven't gotten one. Let me see on M3. We did. All right. So what do we got? A new gap. What do I want to see? The sweep at that level. Probably the closure above. And then I would want to smash that trade. Let me see, 46. Yeah. If I want to get it 1 to 2, it would probably have to go all the way to that next swing. So I would kind of have to anticipate that this would be a failure to manipulate, and we're going to drive back into the high, which is not ideal, to be honest. But on oil, I might set up a bit better, I think. No, just keep it 3. Pattern from current candle. Just want some distance. Alright, so if we're going to M5, the closure would be here, which is good. Also, the closure would be on RB. It would be good also, so yeah. 28, so that would require like 56, right? 28, but yeah, 56, so we're trading into a gap. So yeah, whatever breaks first, I'm just gonna take it with the anticipation that the 10 a.m. we're just gonna expand. Why? Because the 4-hour forming the low of day with a swing formation and SMT. Hourly closing is a bullish swing aligned with that 4-hour. 5 minutes just swept that route kind of minor swing, and then showed bullish intention and respected the gap. So let me see which one is gonna break first. But ideally, I kind of prefer RB since this is stronger. Since it's stronger, I would pick RB over CL. But again, let's see which one sets up better, and then we can trade it. Again, the same target as last time. Gonna be risking 400 to 500 $10 per trade. I'm gonna be aiming for 1K today. So yeah, this is, let me show you guys the current balance. If you guys remember last time it was 50. So this is the current balance, 50K and 786. Let's see if we can bring it to 52K today or not. Let's see. Not 52K, like just 51.5, that would be good. And tomorrow, let's hope for a good trade, and that account will be passed, and then we can take it to the evaluation, into the payout stage. We'll build it up. We'll take a live withdrawal. Yeah, that would be it for me. Show you guys what's possible if you put in the work. If you put in the work, everything is possible. So we'll do everything live. That's good. All right. I love the fact that RB traded low, CL traded lower. I love the fact that it traded lower. Now it kind of formed that gap and then breaks it. So let me see how the NSC is closed. 3 minute. 3 minutes IST is like all the way up here. M5. So we got the sweep. So this is the kind of that lesson that we just discovered, that we went over on the weekend stream. That if we see an M3 manipulation, we can still take it on M5. So yeah, let's see if price wants to trade higher, or price wants to trade back into that next fair value gap, which is not ideal. So yeah, let's wait and see. So what do I want to see now? Ideally, I want to see swing formation of the high. This would be the failure to manipulate. Candle 2, candle 3, candle 4. So I will be trading candle 5, so it's not ideal. So I really want to trade this failure to manipulate, that relevant swing, and then taking it to that next high. But this is C3. This is the C3. Let me highlight it. This is the C3. This is the C4. This is the C5. So now I'm trading the C6, which is not good. We don't want to trade like the 6th expansion candle in a row. Or is it that same high? Yeah, it's that same high. This range got rebalanced. This range got rebalanced. Let me see. This band, this range gets rebalanced. Not really. It just has been rebalanced. So if I want to take an RBI, I'm going to go with 4 units. If I want to take it on CL, I'll go with 3. Let's see if we're going to take an L. We're going to take a winner. C. 1 minute for the trade to play out. Let me Spotify right there. Oh my god. This is the red flag. HO is kind of the red flag. So let's wait and see. Alright, we're seeing a reversal. Price doesn't really want to break above right now. I'm gonna set another alert. We got another 5 minutes to search for, to look and auto try it. Alright. You can go to silver right here. I'm looking for, oh. Interesting. Really interesting. Like, CL shows that it wants to trade lower. With that with that C3 closure. M5. For a second, let me see if we're gonna form something here. Also, silver looks clean. Looking on 4 hour, we got that C2 closure. Looking at 4 hour, we got that C2 closure. Hourly, last swing was a C3. I'm gonna get like these fair swings right there, but again, let's wait and see. C2, C3, C4. Yeah, that's not good. So if I want to trade the continuation, I want to see continuation formed from that level. Or if I want to trade a reversal, I'll have to wait for the hourly closure. So either way, I'll have to wait for the 30-minute candle close. So I'm not be looking at NSCs for the next 24 minutes. Let me see. NQ needs to become weaker if we want to go short. Yep. And ideally, we also want YM to trade into the high. That would be the trigger for resynchronization. That would be the trigger. Because oh, this is NQ. Wait. Because ES. Oh wow. I was having NQ here and NQ here. So ES already traded into an open draw. Irrelevant swing. Looking at the distance, yeah, if price wants to reverse, he can. But look, YM kind of left that flare swing. It's not a flare swing due to the SMT. But ideally, I just want YM to trade into the high and form that hourly swing. That would be good. That would be good. Plus strength switch, beautiful. So yeah, we gotta wait for at least 30 minutes or hour. Most likely an hour. Let me see. Why I'm not offering anything for longs as for now though. Yup. If that current 30-minute or hourly candle was like a C3 or a C4, I would be trading it to the upside into that open draw with the anticipation that this is a failure to manipulate. This can still trade into that next relevant swing, but due to my rules, I'm not gonna take it because trading this C2, this is the C3, C4, C5. I'm gonna be trading C6. Like after 3 straight expansion candles, ideally you just want to wait for a new phase of price delivery or a retracement to then, like that can be used or can be justified as retracement, probably an M15. Let me see, yeah. But still, it's not ideal. Like some people might take this trade after the M15 closure into that draw, but like the distance, there is not really there. You might get like 1-to-1 out of it, which is not ideal for me. Do you use SMT? Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is an SMT. This is SMT. All right, we're seeing that CL is catching some strength switch right there. From being weaker to now showing willingness to break first, which is a good sign to be honest. HO did break. So the stronger is still stronger. The med asset still but the weakest is showing a bit of strain due to the willingness that it kind of wants to trade and break that opposing candle first, then RB, which is stronger. So let's see if we get a break above or not. But I don't like a one tick closure. I need like a clean closure. If we're gonna close like one tick above, I'm not gonna take it. We'll just close just the opening price of the candle, so I'm not gonna take it. I'll wait for the next 5-minute candle, and if CL ends up closing somewhere in here, probably RB will just close above that high, so we can wait for that retracement and trade. So anyway, oh, beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let me see the M5. This is a beautiful trade. This is a beautiful trade on gold. But the RR is ass. The RR is ass, man. So like literally this is the setup I really want. Oh, like I can take it to the next hourly swing. Let me see. Or I might have to kind of play with RR to kind of be somewhere in here. So why would I be trading that best setup? Due to the fact that we kind of manipulated that low. Now I'm trading a C2. So if the idea continues, then yeah, I'm trading a C2. If it fails, then yeah, the C2, then I close C2. Or if you want to play it safe, you wait for that 30-minute candle to close. Probably will close this. If it closes at C2, that would be an extra confluence. There's nothing really that would hold price other than this tiny gap, which would do nothing, I guess. And that range, like that swing was just formed within this candle, so that would be the next open draw. But yeah, if we see like a 30-minute candle closure like this, with silver also showing intent that it wants to trade higher, we got SMT with it, right? Yep, we got SMT right here, or you can use it like SMT fail. So yeah, there's confluence for gold to go to the upside, especially that we're aligned with that previous 4-hour candle. What did it show also? Oh, it actually closed below that gap, so you gotta be cautious with that high, because that may be a reversal point. But yeah, gold is looking clean. I think due to the fact that price failed to close above the 4-hour gap, I would want to wait for like a 30-minute candle closure, and then if we see that model, we can trade it. And see silver is still got range to go there, so hopefully that 30-minute candle closes the gap. Wait, guys, RB is closing above. RB is trading above. Let's see. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Like, if CL closes far from that entry, RB might give us that chance to be involved. But hopefully, let's see. Let's wait and see. But now, since price is really expanding to the upside, I gotta be cautious with this M3 too, because price might just close here within the next minute 15, which is the same as the M5 closure. So wow, hopefully I will be able to get an entry right there. That would be a beautiful day. Ideally now I want to trade RB, since I want to trade sale, price has retrace all the way back here, while on RB just kind of retrace a little bit, while still respecting the cheap spot of that previous candle. While on that candle has, its open kind of has to be disrespected to get my entry, so. But the RR on CLs is better. Or if we end up missing that trade, then failure to manipulate, trade into the next draw. HO traded above that high. And also CL is so near that 30-minute swing. This one is so near that 30-minute swing. I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait right there. I'm not gonna take that one. Boys, the other fact that HL kind of traded above that relevant swing, there's nothing really that might cause price to reverse other than that high. So now we're anticipation the failure to manipulate on HO. So if there was another relevant swing somewhere in here, let's just say another relevant swing like somewhere in here, that would be good. But look at HO. The next relevant swing is all the way up here. So if price wants to reverse, this is the area to do it from. Yeah, if it goes, it goes. Let me go back to M5. So yeah, that would be my limit right there if I were to take it. But yeah, I think it's just gonna go. I think I'm just gonna let it go. Oh, gold, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Is there a PSP there? No, PSP's right there. That's beautiful. Gold is not beautifully. Alright, that's good. Like ideally I wanna take shorts on YM. Like if this one closes C2, look at that gap. It's a really big gap. And also we got that gap. This might cause price to struggle. While on YM, if we close C2 right there, I only got that tiny gap, so it might be easier for YM to trade lower than NQ. Since it's already also the weaker asset, so yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like this is a failure to manipulate, and we're gonna go to the next open draw. This was like an easy trade, but due to the fact that the range wasn't clean, yeah, it will just go to that high. So that was something anticipated, so let's just see. But ideally, I don't want to see a reversal off that high. I want to see a reversal off of that swing. And that way, YM kind of clears out all buy side, and then we can be trading into the sell side. Like, look how far the next relevant swing is. So let's see what oil would do right there. Let's see if the idea of taking off the limit was a good idea or not. And look at that. Just look at that candle. RB, which is the mid asset, traded above the high, while the stronger asset failed to trade above that high, and it kind of put in that SMT lower. So, but again, it might just be that retracement into the next kind of relevant swing, the next invalidation level, and trade higher. But if that was the case, good. I'm just gonna miss a trade and move on. Let's see if that's gonna be the trigger for price to trade higher, and that would be the trigger for that failure to manipulate. But really, there's nothing on HO, like nothing. This is kind of the next open draw. Look how far it is from the current price. And just look, bullish candle, bullish, 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 into a draw. So is it more likely to kind of for price to retrace or to expand? So just with that idea, that's why I was like, maybe that stronger asset, if it pulls back, then it will cause the weaker and the mid to kind of have a bigger retracement, which is not good. That's why you want to be watching the three assets. But if it does go higher, good. YM reversing out of that previous candle's high, which is like that 9 a.m. high, which is not good actually. I want to see that high gets taken out. And this fat ass gap is just crazy. Let's see if the stop is gonna get hit or the next draw is gonna get cheated into. But even if I was taking that trade, like just after that high would get taken out, I'd probably move my stop to break even. Cause yeah, this is a 30-minute swing, so it might just gonna cause price retrace. Gold just trading higher, which is good. But yeah, I think there was no entry for me. Like if I want to take this, price has retraced all the way back here. Trading from on extreme premium, all asset and extreme premium, which is good. That's what I want to see for that range to get rebalanced back into the range. But ideally, I want my range to be somewhere in here, and I can just trade into that 10 a.m. low, just kind of catching the open high. Since this is a really big wick on that 10 a.m. candle, I just want to trade into the candles open. What should, like if I get a C2 closure right here to trade back to that low, that would be enough to give me my 2R. PSP, no strength switch right there, just CPSP, but how the candle is forming, showing that the stronger asset is kind of closing weak compared to like the weakest asset is closing like really strong. So there are a lot of forms of strength switch, but the mechanicals and the mechanical ones are just SMGs, like available and identify with SMGs. Like that's what I was talking about. Like this is the trigger for reversal, because there's nothing really next for price to trade into. The stronger asset has no open draws, so what will it do? It will retrace, and if it retraces because look, this is that current range. If price wants to retrace, it might do at least into that low or the EQ, and by the time it will take out that low, I would be minus $400 or minus 500 depending on how much I risked. So that's why I didn't take that trade. So it was a good observation. So yeah, but who knows, CL might just reverse from here. So yeah, that's why you guys need 3 charts one by one and try to just read the story from each one and see what's happening. Look at that RB. Look at that. So that was a good reading of the market. So also CL trade into the blood aloe. So yeah, for now I think our beautiful NSCs might give us something right here, hopefully. So yeah, come on YM, come on. This is the trigger for reversal, I guess. Also, ES is a bit far compared to YM. This is the trigger for reversal, and we can have a beautiful strength switch. Yeah, and we can make some money today. Even though GC is showing signs of that it wants to reverse, but if I was taking that trade, I would not manage it actually, because this is not a relevant swing in my opinion. Price might reverse for me, but I would still be holding that trade, because this might be just kind of that pullback into relevant PDA rate to then trade higher. 1 minute, let me see what happened on the 1 minute right there. Yeah, even on the 1 minute there were no entries, like other than that one. It could have entered right there, stops right there, and probably by now you already got your 2R, but I don't trade the M1, so let me see. Yeah, 2R was already achieved. So yeah, if I was on that trade, I would still be holding. I would not take it out. Like the M5 shows that price is struggling to break above the high, but still, I still do believe that price is gonna trade into the high, especially that silver still got that open draw, which is then current high. What do we got? SMT right here. So the only thing that would put me off on that trade, if we see a strength switch, if we see that next M5 candle takes out the high, while on gold doesn't do it. But if this 5-minute candle on silver closed like really bullish, and on that one was like a bit wicky, then yeah, of course we will have the strength switch. Why? Because by the slightest open high, it will take out the high. So in that case, I might not manage it due to the fact that yeah, this closed really bullish, and the slightest open high took out the high. Bro, what's up, man? What's up, Robson? How you doing, buddy? So what do I want to see now? Ideally, HO for mini new swing, because that would be the next open draw. Swing, next open draw. Should be beautiful. But let me see the hourly. This also might be a failure to manipulate, guys, and trade back into the lows. Let me see the 3-minute. That was already a C2. We haven't taken out the high. Price did not take out the high. Shall we get this one? Interesting. Let me see HO. Oh, HO is looking really good. Yeah, but since I want to trade shorts, and the previous 4-hour candle is kind of, yeah, I would want to wait for an hourly swing to take shorts right here. I will wait for an hourly swing. If we get an hourly swing, these beautiful juicy equal lows are gonna get taken out. So yeah, I think that would be the failure to manipulate. But the better throwing mark is on HO. It's not really clean here, neither on RB. HO looking clean for shorts. If we get that hourly swing, we get that SMT, and it would be even more beautiful if we get this. That would be beautiful. Strength switch, a relevant swing, also from the high day. I would trade it into the daily open or the current low of day, which you got just equal low, so it would be beautiful. Alright, ES is driving up into that high, which is good. Let's see. Interesting. Get that CIST. When I used to trade inversions, this is what I would trade. That's what I would take. Especially that it kind of took out that level right there. A big inversion, a big gap that got inversed with the momentum, so. In GxT, the bias is only using 4-hour candle. In teacher, yeah. Garrett goes about it candle by candle, but he does also use the daily just to see how if it's aligned with the daily candle or not. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say such things because this is like their content. I need to ask Garrett. Yeah, I'm afraid I might get into some troubles right there. Yeah, because like that's their material, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I should be able to kind of say it directly, like this is what T-Trades does, this is what GxT does, this is what Garrett does. I will send Garrett a message, which most likely tell me no. No challenges. I'll just keep it a secret here. That would be good. Open, high, low. We can catch the expansion. But I really want to see that 30-minute candle close below that level. Why? Can anybody tell me why I want the closure below that level? I want to see you guys, if you guys paying attention on stream. Why do I want price to close below this level? What's that candle? This is a 9:30 candle, right? So this is the 9 AM hourly high. So if the next 30-minute closes below that level, then we formed what? Then what price just formed? Can anybody tell me? If the next 30-minute candle, which is the 10:30 candle, I want it to close below this level, this 9:30 candle high. Why? It will be forming on the hourly. This is the low. This is the 9:30. This is the 9 a.m. So we got this as the hourly candle. The next hourly candle will be somewhere in here. Since we want it to close below this level, and since price already traded above it, so we got a wick. So now we're forming what? EC2 hourly candle. And since I want to trade the reversal, then I'm requiring an hourly C2. So that's why I want to see that next 30-minute candle, which just opened up, to trade below that level, or trade below that level, or trade below that level. And what do we have? A beautiful, 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 beautiful setup on YM. It looks beautiful, guys. So what do we got right here? We got SMT. We got an SMT, which is good. So yeah, I think YM is gonna give us a beautiful trade here today. I'm sure. Let's go. HO is also looking beautiful. I really want to take some shorts right there, but yeah, I would rather be a little bit patient. Right there. Let me put it right here instead, and then take this one. Okay, are you using only 4-hour candle for buys? Yeah, mostly, yeah. I'm just trying to frame one 4-hour candle. I don't care what the daily. I do care what the daily is doing, but I'm just trying to cast like a minor move, just for example to kind of rebalance a range or to trade into an open draw. So, for example, the day might still be bullish, but if we trade into an open draw, because like, let me give you guys an example. Let's say the current day is bullish, right? Just open, low, high, close. I'm trading the 6 a.m. to the market close right here. If I find price just hit an open draw, this move is enough for me. Even though I'm not aligned with the daily, but if I get enough confirmation, I don't need to be aligned with the daily every time. With enough confirmation, keep in mind, with enough confirmation, so I can still just catch that high low move. This is the open, this is the low, this is the high, this is the close. Or I might just catch this, pull back, and think continuation. If it gives me enough strength switch right here, what will I be aiming for? This range. I just want to see that range gets rebalanced, and then whatever happens there, I don't care. If it wants to go higher, good. If it goes lower, good. 2R was already met by that move, so. I have to wait for 30-minute candles to close. Wait, let me copy your message because I cannot see what's going on in there. I have to wait for 30-minute candle to close. Also, idling because the leading asset needs to become weaker. Yeah. Good observation, buddy. But let's see. The next 30 minutes is going to give us a lot of info. It will give us info on that asset. For potential sales on each O. Let me just... Let's see. Ideally, what I want to see is pricing trading above and just kind of closing somewhere in here, and then the next hourly just closes below. Wow, that would be beautiful. I know trade into the low. So yeah, for now, I'm focused on indices, focus on oil. GC, it's a bit off. It's a bit sauce. Get that closure. Get the fair to close. So again, like ideally you want to require a new closure to confirm the failure to manipulate. So oh, equal highs, okay. So we got SMT right there. So why would I prefer YM? Just shoot into that draw. The next gap is in discount. Following in Q, we got this gap right here. So it's a bit sus. Looking on the hourly, yeah. I would just be trading back into that 10 a.m. low. Let me see, that's 3 a.m. Yeah, just look at that. Like, we're gonna kind of get like the hourly swing formation. This one, kind of see the rebalance of the range. Yeah. Actually, we had that swing right there, but it wasn't looking the best. Let me see. Yeah, it wasn't the best. This one I kind of traded into above the irrelevant swing and then formed an SMG, probably. And it was also this candle was supported by the other assets too. It closed on ESC2 and YMC2, so it showed clear signs of reversal compared to that level. It did not really. It closed bulky right here, it closed bulky right here, and it closed weak on NQ. So really, if you want to trade the retracement phase, wait for an hourly swing. If you want to trade the expansion phase, like for example, I want to frame that the low is 6 a.m. This is 5. This is 7. So now you can just expect that this might be the low. Trade into the next open draw. So from here, you can be looking for buys. Also, we kind of just traded below that level, rebalance that range. So you can just go on M3 and get an entry just after that break above. The retest stops below, and then you can catch the expansion into the high. I don't understand how to set up your indicator. All right. And you are using your indicator for SMT? Nope. I'm still trying to work on the code to be able to identify SMTs because it's still so messy. That's why I did not want to publish it early. So what you want to do is go in here, remove this body fill, because this is the 6 to 10. This is the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle. So if you want to have it, you can just highlight it. For me, I'm just doing the 10 to the 2 p.m., which is the 10 a.m. If you see right here, there's that box. You see it? Here's the box. It highlights the 10 a.m. So first, you remove. You just show, take it off. All right, so that's the first thing. If you want to plot the highs and lows with the lines, you can do it. If not, you can just take it off. Here, you just edit the candle colors of the PSP. If you want it, for example, to become blue, let's see if we'll change to blue. It changed to blue. We just play with the colors right there, depending on what you want. If you want to also filter it by session, so this is what I use for, is it will only show PSPs within the time that you set. For example, if you want to only see PSPs from 10 to, let's say, to 11, I will only be able to see PSPs from 10 to 11. Let me show you. I wanna, where is it? Filter session by seconds by. Now all the PSPs are gone. Do you see? Now if we go, for example, to the last session, I was only able to see PSPs right there. That happened after 11. Indicator did not plot anything. So for example, you want to focus on a 10 a.m. 4-hour candle, you can only just, for example, instead of sending you alerts every second, you can turn on this one. Once you take it off, it comes back to normal. Here, new bar resolution, I'm keeping on a new day. So this is the fill if you want to play with the colors and stuff. If you want the box borders, for example, the thicker the border, let me show you. So we got the border here. If we put it black, 100%, let's see what's gonna happen. Do you see the thickness of that box? But again, I don't like box, so just put it to 0. Keep it at 1 or keep it 0. Like you can, for example, have it neck. Now, for example, if you do 3, it will show the box. 2, it will become smaller. want to plot the session highs and lows, this can do it, but it's so messy. I'll try to work on it. Like this one just kind of shows you where's the current high of that session. Like for now, for this 10 a.m., like it uses a 4-hour candle as a session. So now like the high of that session is here, but like it's useless for now. Like what it was showing, like the high of that 10 a.m. candle. What I want to work on is just like to plot a circle above the high of day and also a circle, but this is something that I might just remove from the code because I think it's not the best. So yeah, session highs, this is the colors as we did, and here there's this markers. The markers you can use, for example, instead of just showing a PSP, I want also something to highlight it. Then you just go here, you choose what you want. For example, you want a circle, you want the size to be large, and then you play with the color. Now what do you see? A circle below every bullish PSP. Bullish PSP circle, bullish PSP circle. But I don't need to see it because why? Because I'm trading live. I see the candle. I don't need a plot. This, why I added that indicator, why? Let me show you guys why. I went on the hourly, and what did I do? I just go back in time, and I just, instead of zooming in the chart and then looking for the PSP, so for example, what I do, I just see there's something in here. I go to that level, and I see, okay, let me go, there's a bullish PSP there, okay, there's a bullish, and I try to study what happened there. This is why I added that filter. Like instead of going one by one, you can just zoom out and you'll be able to see all the bullish PSPs, and then you can go to each one of them. For example, there is a bullish PSP right there. Okay, what did that form? Oh, it was an expansion candle on the 11 a.m. The 10 a.m. formed the C2. So this was a continuation PSP, and that's how I used to study the PSPs. This one helped me really. Like instead of just going one by one and then studying, no, I just go in there. For example, I try to highlight, oh, this is the 9 a.m. Okay, this is an important time for me. Or what you can do even better is you can highlight from only 10 to 2. So now all the signals are within that 4-hour candle. So this is within that 4-hour candle that I trade. This is within a 4-hour candle that I trade. This is within that 4-hour candle that I trade. Same for that one. So now what do? Okay, the low of that candle, the PSP gets manipulated and then we see expansion. Okay, what do we see here? Oh, when the PSP manipulates, then it forms the low of the candle. Okay, then we go to the next one. What is that one? High of the candle. Okay, when that PSP gets manipulated, then so you just go about studying it this way. You set the time that you want. You try to highlight it. For example, you don't like circle, you want to go with cross, you can do it. Cross, and it will change to cross. So that's how you go about the indicator. Like for me, when I'm only studying price, that's when I use it. So I just take that off, take that one also for the bearish shape, and yeah, that's it. And you can play with the style, like if you want a high, if you want the boxes, or you want to. So yeah, just go play with it, and then depending on what you want to do with it. For example, you want to backtest using that indicator, you can play with it. If you want to trade live, since you're trading live, you don't need a plot because the candle is closing in front of your eyes, so you don't need really a plot above the candle. Holy shit. There's nothing for me here. Maybe PM session. At the moment, I can try to short since the 4-hour candle will have a very long wick and then an expansion candle. Exactly. But it's not an expansion candle to the downside. It is an expansion candle to the upside. Why? This is that shallow wick. It's like this is a bullish expansion candle. So yeah. See you tomorrow. Take care, man. See you, buddy. Let me see what's going on in there. Oh, okay. HO is flipping. Okay. Robson, did you understand what it's? No. The things about the indicator? That shit is just insane, man. Real inner chase. The 1 minute was was on. As I said, like after this, I think Kiko might take that trade. I don't know, but I feel like Kiko took that trade. I don't know why. Let me go on Twitter and see. I don't know why, but he always takes these trades. Fair to manipulate. And do you guys know how I can get my Twitter back? They don't allow me to log in anymore. They say like the account is not mine for some reason. I think we might have to close the stream soon, boys. Only if that idea sets up, I'll take it. Let's see. But ideally, I want to see that can flip and bearish. I was studying software engineering. I graduated already. It was good. It was a good experience, actually. Yeah, it was a good experience, buddy. I love China. That's why I stayed. I was gonna go to the UK first. But then I was like, at some point I'm gonna go to Europe. So let me go to China. Never been there. Never even imagined that I would be there at some point. So yeah, it was a really good experience. I highly advise if you can come, do so, man. Like do so. It's a really good experience. So let me see. We can get a trade like this. We got an M5. See that beautiful M5? Clean. That's a clean trade. And I'll be going for 1 or 2. Should be just in here. I don't care about a low. I'm just starting right there. Let's see. But like in China, if you want to stay in here, like you really need the language. That's like a big that's the issue, because I took my courses in English, but it was like a bit hard for me like to be able to make Chinese friends. But again, our mentalities are like totally different. I don't smoke, I don't drink, and like here, like wherever you go, they start drinking, and that's not something I'm. Yeah. Plus the language gap. So yeah, since I love the charts, then I just double down on the charts, and yeah. But now, 我在学中文, so yeah, I'm learning Chinese right now. 我的中文很好，不是很好，但是 yeah, it's not the best my Chinese now, but still I can write 你好. That's 你好. It's like hello. It's like really hard to write. I can just read. I cannot write. I really want you guys to listen to what I'm listening to, but again, they will they will stop the stream. I'm listening to Spotify, so. feel like I'm trying to force a trade. Alright, what are we seeing right now? That's beautiful. Okay, so what do we got? The continuation signature. This is what we call a continuation signature into the next relevant swing. Can you explain everything from your study later? Yeah, of course, man. Prepare your documents. If you want to study bachelor or master's here, so if you want to study bachelor, you need your high school certificate with a good grade. And just apply to school like as straight as this. You just pick the school where you want to study, and yeah. But now it got a lot harder to study in China. Like if you want to come to like a top, because I studied in the university ranked number 9 in China. It was a bit tough to get in, but yeah, I managed to do it. But now, with that same grade that I got, I wouldn't be able to get in that same university. I would probably get like the rank 80, 90. So yeah, if you got like a good grade, then you got a high chance. If not, then yeah, it will be a bit harder, or you'll kind of have to sacrifice the quality of the university for the country itself, just to kind of visit the country and stuff. Like my life path was crazy. I was about to work as a flight attendant, and then, do you guys want to see the email of me getting paid? Let me show you guys the email. Wait, let me show you guys the email. It was a crazy. I got picked to work as a flight attendant based London. But yeah. And then at first I wanted to study in Spain. I was like, nah. I wanted to study in Turkey. I was like, nah. I wanted to study in the UK. There were a lot of problems studying in UK. And then I got the chance to work as a flight attendant. And I was like, nah. I did the interview. I passed everything. I really wanted to work as a flight attendant because I love traveling. And I was like, oh, working as a flight attendant is the dream. I'm going to be traveling for free and I'm getting paid. That's the dream. And then literally I got the admission, not the admission, like the email that it was accepted. But at that time I already booked my flight to China, so let me show you guys. Let me show you. Let me show you, just take a screenshot of it, because there's some personal info right there. Here's the message. So let's read it. As you have been selected to be based in UK, you will need to book your English in the link below you will find a list of approved UK doctors in Rabat. That's like the capital of my country that you might sue. There are 2 doctors you can was one, and the test needed a minute for UK appointment. And that was April 2023. And I had my flight to China on the 5th May. So 2 weeks after that date. So I was like, nah, let me go to China. No, bro, no. I did not work. I came to study. And especially due to COVID, I started studying back in 2021, but due to COVID, we could not come to China. So I had to study 2 years online. And I was like, after all these 2 years of sacrifices, am I gonna go to the UK and leave China? That was like my dream for the past 2 years. I'm waking up early because the classes here were used to start at like 1 p.m. just for us to be able to attend them, because that time was like 5 a.m. in my country. So it was really hard to manage. And online classes, they're not the best quality, because when you're studying online, it's not the best. So I was like, just let me go to China. UK, I will go back at some point with my money, not work. I would go like with a choice, not to go there for work. Like go stay London and stuff and just watch Manchester City and watch whatever. Yeah, so that was it. But now I'm loving China, man. I'm loving China, especially that it's so near Thailand, near Philippines. Whenever you feel like you, boom, you're going to Thailand. Boom, you're going to Philippines. Boom, you're going to Vietnam. Oh, of course, trader, man. Like there's no question about it, man. The limit is the sky being a trader. Flight attendant, like the max you can work, like once you're like 35 years old, you'll have to stop working, and probably will work at the airport. But like the max, I was gonna get paid around 3k pounds, like 3,000 pounds. 3,000 pounds, you can make it like in one trade in trading. So, especially now with the opportunity of prop firms, yeah. But again, flight attendant is a safe path. Trader is a bad. Yeah. So if I got the balls to do it, that's why I picked the fact that I want to like pursue trading, especially at a young age. There's no pressure for me. Like I'm still studying. I'm trying to figure out trading. If it doesn't work, I still got my software engineering bachelor's degree, so I can just work. Probably apply for like a master's degree in the US or somewhere and just go there, finish my studies, and work with like a really high paying job. But now I'm not doing this. No, I'm not doing it. I just want to trade. That's what I want to do. Because I knew like trading will work at some point. Like you just gotta put in enough work and it will work. Like it's impossible for trading not to work. Even if it takes you 10 years, it will work at some point. So never give up. Like never say like, oh, I'm stopping trading. Like never. That would be the biggest and the worst decision you'll make. That's like the worst decision that you'll ever make. Like just attack clip, like once you start, there's no going back. Like this should be it. Put in the work. Yeah. Fuck the lifestyle that the people try to promote on social media. Yeah. Just your head down, focused. And yeah. Let me see what's going on. So that short, I think we're not getting that short because we're getting that C2. But like with flight attendant, like your 3k pounds is net because they provide the housing for you, they provide everything else, like almost everything else. So it's kind of like 3k, you'll be able to save a lot. Like if you're somebody that want to save, I don't know, like go back to your country, buy a house, or like, I don't know, like you can do it. So yeah, depending on the housing prices. You are a genius. Nah, man, I'm just a normal guy, man. Like we all got the same brain, bro. Like it's just about like the opportunities that you get. Like you try to maximize your chances of winning. That's how you want to go about it. Like whatever options you got, try to play it best. I got like this option, that option, that option. Then these are my options. I try to make the best out of them. And play smart. That's like if you play if you play life as a game, like it would be fun. But I highly advise you guys to come to China. Like I highly advise you to come. By the way, I met Aisho Speed when he was here. Aisho Speed was here. Also, I met Stephen Curry. He was in Chongqing. There was a city called Chongqing. I went to meet Stephen Curry. So yeah. It was a good experience also. At some point maybe, who knows, I will show my face. Who knows. If you guys go to one of Aisho Speed's live streams, I will not say the city, but I was there with him the whole time. I was not a guest. I was just like one of the people that were following him. Yeah. I was like, let me. And yeah. If you guess the stream, you'll be able to know me. You are two-faced boyfriend. Thanks for the compliment, man. Thank you. I think we're not gonna get a trade, buddy. Yeah, I think we're not gonna get a trade. Or we might see further expansion, especially that kind of YM took out that gap. Now it's quite near to that draw. Yes, it's a bit far from that draw, but are you in speed stream? Yeah, I was in one of his streams in China. But again, not as a guest. Just one of the people that were there. because he came to my city. Checked the live stream. I knew where he was at, and I went there to see him. Because I've been in that city that I'm living in for the past 3 years, so almost 3 years, like two and 7 months, 2 years and 7 months. Yeah, like from May 2023. Now, no, not really, just like 2 years and 5 months. Wow. So yeah, like I know this city very, very much, and especially that I have a motorcycle, so I love to go around with this motorcycle instead of a car. Like you'll be able to explore a lot better with a motorcycle. Let me see what that Brown is doing. Let me see. Would that be that break? 200 higher. First reversal sequence. Second reversal sequence. That's really that first. That gap getting respected. Now that gap getting disrespected, and that would be that third. All right. That's looking clean actually. Not gonna lie. And also that one closed as C3, as C2. You get that open draw right there. It doesn't look the best. We said about gold. Yeah, we go to that next draw. So was this a good trade? I would say so. Did I miss it? Yes. Give me some advice of trading. How can I learn the model step by step? Look bro, look at me. Let me go to a new chart just for you. Let me go to like a new chart. Let me go to like this chart. Alright. Like look on the weekend what I was doing. That's what I was doing on the weekend. Even though I know what I'm looking for, I was still studying. But what I wanted to do, go randomly on a chart. Let's do it like live. Like I'm not seeing anything, so we can just do like let's just do this. Or you know what? We go back like all the way to last year. Just cut the price. Come on. Okay. What I want to see. I want to trade the 10 a.m. candle, right? Alright, let me skip to 10 a.m. This is... Oh, already traded that one. Alright, so let's see. Let's just go to the next day. Let's just go to the next day and we can try like brand new. Alright. This is how we approach it. What do we want to trade? Open low, high, close. We want to catch a buy from that low or open high, low, close. Open low, high, close in a bullish profile. Open high, low, close in a bearish profile, right? These are the two profiles that I'm trading. What do we see on that candle? Like we haven't seen anything, right? Price manipulated irrelevant swing, but closing really bullish. The next open draw. This candle was EC2. So the expectation is for EC bullish C3, right? Are we on the same page? When we have EC2, what are we expecting? I will not go until you tell me that we can go step by step about it. That way I know we're both on the same page. Once I will see your answer, we'll continue. Look at gold, man, I missed that trade. Holy cow. So when we see C2, E candle 2, what are we expecting next? I need an answer from you, Robson. I need an answer from you. exactly? We need a candle trade. So, since the previous candle was a bullish candle, but it traded into buy side, so now price traded into buy side, we were expecting a pullback, but the previous candle supports a bullish candle, so now there's contradiction. So what do I want to wait for? Either reversal off of that candle's high, then I'll trade it back into the range, so that would be external to internal, or I want to see price retrace, form a low, which would confirm the low of that 10 a.m. candle, and then I want to trade it into this open draw, which is that current high. Why? Because if we form a bullish swing after buy side has been taken out, that shows the failure to manipulate. Price traded into buy side, and this buy side was only what's the word? It could only cause price to retrace. It couldn't cause price to reverse. So if I see a bullish swing, then this buy side give its push. Now the bulls are in control. So let's go with the same principle. If I want to trade the reversal, I want to frame an hourly swing. If I want to trade the continuation, I could be fine with a 30-minute swing because I'm aligned with that previous model. So let me go on a 30-minute real quickly. So now what do we got? Expansion with expansion. So now let's press the next candle. What do we see? A reversal. But am I gonna take it? No. This is a reversal. So now I need another 30-minute candle because this is the reversal. So now what just happened on that next 30-minute candle? Let me skip. Boom. Let me see what that 30-minute candle did. Oh. So what do we got? There's a bit of contradiction right here. Why? Because that last 30-minute candle is closing SSC2, and that hourly is closing SSC2. So within that candle, we're seeing two profiles, the bearish and the bullish. What would support it? How we can identify? Easy. If we get a closure below, then yeah, we can expect a push lower. If we trade above, then this is the continuation. Because if this was the low of the C2, then this should be protected. If it gets broken, then yeah, it's not broke. So let's see what's gonna happen. Like we're doing this live, so we did not get the closure yet. We got the closure. So now you can expect that this high is gonna be the high. But what's not good about that candle? Look at that. Open high, low, high, low. If we draw it right here, what is this? This is a seek and destroy profile. So with that candle, it would be ideal to trade? Not really, because price might just fuck around. But look, it did end up giving that bias. Hourly, bearish swing, that gap, we might aim for it to get filled. Go on M5. What do we said? If we get that closure, we will be looking for sells, but we formed a new swing. So now the new invalidation, the new opposing candle, where? It's right here. So let me make it tick, a little bit tick. So now you can take this trade, stop just above the high, and you could either use the projections if you don't know where to target, or you can target your relevant, this gap to kind of fill it, or you might target this, because why? If we're taking the range from the low to the high, where is that first swing within that discount? It's right here. So then if price wants to reverse, this should be the point. So I'm going to extend my GP to here, and here's my 2R. If you want to play it safe, you can look for the retracement, your stop just above the high, and then you can just make it a bit shorter. That way 2R. What do we got after that? We got the reversal. So now what we can trade? Looking on an hourly, 30-minute. Let's see on a 30-minute. What do we got right here? A C3 closure, right? So now I'm aligned with that previous 4-hour candle. So most likely this will be at a low of that 10 a.m. candle. So if we go right here, let's see what just happened. 3-minute data point unavailable. Oh wow. M5. We can go on M5. We can. All right. So what do we need to see? This doesn't really look the best, but still, it might work, it might not. Let's see if we get a break above, then we might be looking for buys. All right, beautiful, a sweep with the break above. Since price did not retrace back to that opposing candle to give me my entry, price formed a new invalidation level. And if you guys remember, we took an oil trade using that same logic, so I'm gonna be using a stop right there. Now I'm just gonna be putting my stop at the bodies, and I'll be going for 1 or 2. And here's again my 1 or 2. Within that session, I got to sell and I got to buy, but this is like 1400. So now it's like 2 p.m. So I'm not really gonna be trading that candle. I'm only gonna be taking that trade. All right, are we on the same page right there? Look at that gold. Look at gold. Oh my god, I missed a beautiful trade. I was anticipating that price is gonna get there from that break, if you guys still remember, right? But I forgot to wait for a new invalidation swing, for a new swing to form. Look at that, a C3, a C2. Yeah, that was beautiful. Let me see, you get the closure right there. We got that closure right there. We're trading that C3, and this is the C4. It's gonna trade into that open draw. Beautiful. So let me go that same logic for that trade, okay? Let me give you that same logic for that trade. Okay, the 4-hour close is a C3. We're expecting the C4 to be bullish, right? So if I want to trade reversals, I want to trade off of that high. Looking at 3-minute, what price did? It never took out that 10 a.m. high. But what did it do? It formed a swing, confirming the low of the 10 a.m. candle. And not only that, that was an ideal swing formation. Look at that. That same C2 closed above these opposing candles, right? So now I can trade this as the C3, this as the C4. Where am I gonna trade it into? Either this high or the high. And what gives it more confluence is the fact that also silver is leaving that high behind. So now what I can do is just go to replay tool. We go to M3. Why I don't see this as a new invalidation level? Because we got the confirmation of this opposing candle. Even though price did not close above the high, but it closed above the opposing candles, with the fact that it's a C2, and also you formed the low of the 10 a.m. and look at that wick. This wick supports expansion to the upside. It's a minor wick, shallow wick to the opposite side. So now, what do? We just go on M3. What do we look for? Open low, high first. Open low, and then into a relevant swing. So now what do? We disrespected this invalidation level. We're gonna go to the next invalidation level. Let me see if this invalidation level is gonna get respected. Yes, it did. So now we get that closure above. So what am I gonna do right here? I'm gonna take a buy. And I don't know why I did not execute on that trade, because I did not see it. I was so focused on CL. And you could TP right there. What price is doing? Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what price. That's your TP. Everything was done live, the analysis, but the entry I did not take, which is really unfortunate. So I'll try to manage the streams better. I found myself like I missed a few trades, so I will try to become better managing the stream and also the chat and also my trades. So yeah, that was literally the call of the day. This, if you guys go back to 10-3, you'll see that I called this trade out, and then we will go to that next open draw. And this doesn't concern me, this retracement. I just don't want to see strength switch, and actually we did not get a strength switch. Look at that. High, lower, lower, higher, higher, lower, lower, higher, higher, lower, lower. This pullback was the same on silver, so there was no strength switch right there, and then we just got the expansion. So yeah. But now, since gold took out the relevant swing, we wanted to kind of not retrace for silver to meet that open draw. So you could also take a trade on silver right there, stop right there, trade it into the high. But yeah, Gold was a trade, and it's really unfortunate for me that I did not take it. That was really unfortunate. If you don't use 15-minute time frame for confirmation, size the only 3 or 5, yes, because I'm trading the 30-minute and hourly swing. If I want the M15, I will be trading a 4-hour swing. For example, in that case, if I want to confirm that C2, where we have an M15 changing state, so to trade this expansion candle, I will wait for an intra candle changing state on the M15, which would be in that case this. It will be in that case this intra candle changing state, which confirms the low of that 6 a.m. It opens low. We got the closure above, lower. Where is the next open draw? This or the high, since it's the 4-hour, it got balls to go to that next high. Or since you're getting probably Friday reversal, Monday continuation, you could still hold that trade into all-time highs, which would give you a 7-hour trade. But yeah, that was a beautiful trade. It's manipulation 9:30 or 8:50 or 8:30. If it's manipulate, or if 8:30 manipulates, 9:30 expands. If 9:30 manipulates, 10 a.m. expands. This is the rule. But again, it's not a thumb of rule. I can just use it as a confluence, not as a fact. Because we just try to stack as many confluences as we can then. Yeah, I think I'll probably close the stream right there. Yeah, I think there's nothing really. Yeah, I hate missing trades. Let me go back on stream. Let me see what I was doing back in there. 10:33. Let me see. I want to see what I was doing that I ended up missing it. Let me check. Oh, I was focused on gold, on oil. Now I know why. So we got that closure on 36. Alright, on 36. Let me see. Alright. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that, bro. I did actually call it out. My god. I'm watching the live stream right now and I did actually looked at it, but I did not set an alert right there. I said like I want to see price trading higher, but I did not. Oh, I was. Let me take some notes. That way I will know what to do next time when something like this happens. Like it's new for me to go on stream and just I'll try to take notes of how I should go. Let me go to notes right there. I'll open a new notes pad. I will take some notes right there why I ended up missing it. Now I should be managing it. Alright, took notes, but it just happened right there, so that way it will not happen again. Alright. HO. Yeah, he's just fucking around. But again, I think the only good thing about today is the fact that we did not take that trade, which could have been which was a loss due to the fact that HO manipulated first, so look at CL. So yeah, everything was called in stream. This confirms the low to 10 a.m. We got the SMT fail. If you guys remember, I said like there's an SMT fail right there. So you could trade that candle. That candle opened right there, open low. Probably going M5. Let me see. Nah, M3 is looking good also. Yeah, and you would take it there. Stops below. Tear into the high. Or if you try to look for retest, you'll never go into retest anyway. So You kind of have to go with that new validation level, but on gold, it was really clean. Because we got the failure to manipulate and we got an open draw. Thanks, bro. We'll study this concept. You're welcome, buddy. That's why I'm here. I want you guys all to get where you want to be, like, really. So yeah, that was a beautiful long term. I will rewatch your live stream. Alright. And especially that part that we went about this example. Try to watch that part. Try to watch that part because it was just for you. And if you got any questions, prepare them for me for tomorrow, okay? I can just come back tomorrow, ask me questions, and I will try to help. Alright, I think that might be it for me, man. I think it's time for me to call it a day. Go chill. Yeah. I'll try to journal that day, journal that trade. Yeah, in the right way, ended up missing out, stuff like that. So yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah. See you guys soon. Take care. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. And yeah. Not the best start of the week, but still. That could have been the 1K for me today. I could have taken the account to like 51K 51.7K, but yeah, nonetheless. See you guys, take care. Love you guys. And yeah. See you tomorrow. Let me do something before I leave.